And the fire has burned through more than 1,000 acres of land in that Manorville Ridge area.
Yeah, really precious open space around there. And on the line with us right now, Dick Gamper from the Long Island Pine Barrens Society. Dick, are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Dick, good morning. I know there are times when you tell us that, a burn is a healthy thing for the environment. What's your assessment of what we're seeing right now?
Well, this is a classic Pine Barrens fire. The Pine Barrens is a fire-dependent ecosystem. It regenerates during these fires. Of course, they're supposed to be created by natural forces like lightning strikes. It's been going on for close to 12,000 years. Most of the fires that we see on Long Island are created by human activity, more than 90% of them. We haven't pinned that down yet on this one. It won't harm the ecosystem as much as it poses a threat to health and safety and property. So that's the principal focus of the firefighters today.
Dick, what goes through your mind when you see these incredible images there from our chopper, and as you're watching this? I mean, you're home not terribly far from that area.
Well, they do a fabulous job. After the 1995 fire, they spent 4 years producing a master plan for addressing these issues. The equipment is different, the training is different, how they coordinate among themselves is different. They're about 1,000% better at dealing with these fires than they were. You folks have been asking some very, very good questions. Carol, in the last hour, you were describing a phone camera showing almost an explosion of trees. That wasn't almost. You were absolutely dead on that. The pine tar boils and vaporizes, and then those clouds of gases ignite, and you produce what is called a crown fire that moves one to the other. And that's what you were looking. You're seeing less of that today because we're looking more at a ground fire. Mm-hmm. And Elizabeth was observing these rivers of flame. That has less to do with the organization of the leaf litter on the floor than the direction of the wind. It's almost a weather vane, if you would, where the fire simply moves, driven, fanned, if you would, by the flames to the next area downwind of where they are. So it's been, those lines are mostly east and west and somewhat northwest to southeast. So that's what you're seeing there. And then the big question, of course, is, are you going to call in the National Guard? Are they going to attack this from the air? There are several reasons for making that determination, the most important of which is access. If you can get a truck in a road or into one of these fire breaks, you'd rather fight it on the ground. But some of this forest is just so dense that they have to hit it from overhead. And there again, if you're dealing with a crown fire, you're going to want to use a helicopter or a C-130. But generally speaking, it has to do with whether you can access it from the ground. You'd rather attack it from the ground.
Dick, you were talking about, one of the questions that we had, and we even asked County Executive Steve Bellone about it this morning. We said, why does it appear that this fire is kind of a ring of fire, but it never filled in the center? So we know the direction that the fire lines were going in, but it's just a curiosity why it never filled in the middle, and the county executive himself wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's tough to imagine because there are changes in wind direction, but generally speaking, the direction of that wind is going to fan the flames to the next unburnt pine needles or scrub oak leaves that are on the forest floor. And so there's no force, there's no direction that would cause it to move in toward the center. Okay. So that's basically what you're looking at.
All right, Dick Gamper, appreciate your time.